So stay in high diver if you can. So high diver is when the leg loops are above the knees. You pull them all the way up into the groin. And high diver is really good for people with tight hips. And so since we're in high diver, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do some of the lounging. Lounges and lunges are the same in my world. So we're going to keep our feet wide. Okay? And I always hold on to the leg loops for stability. So we can use these to kind of push and pull in the space, and that helps us deepen in some of the poses. So instead of holding onto the swing, make sure you're holding onto your leg loops, just an important detail. And we're going to go ahead and bend the right knee and push the leg loop out so it catches. Okay? I keep my left leg straight, and I kind of position it so I feel like I'm in a warrior two. Right? Yeah, there you go. Good, guys. And now if I straighten that right arm, I get to intensify the lunge. But this is still the beginner version, right? This is drop in a little bit more. Nice, open up, sit you nice and long. There you go, there you go. You just pick your feet up, you'll float right into the, yeah. And so to come into the other side, we're just gonna go ahead and move through chilaxin and straighten. Just let it slide up if you want a little bit of free rocking session. Slide up into the hip crease. You can always help it up in there if you need to. And then press left arm straight. Okay? So I'm keeping that left knee bent, and I'm taking on the shape of a lunge, but it's more of a lounge, right? We're just lounging. So go ahead and press that leg loop. Yeah, there you go. So it's almost like a bow and arrow too, right? It's like boom, shooting the energy out. Beautiful, guys. So let's go ahead and lean back, roll into it. We're going to come back into chilaxin. And now what we're going to do is we're going to try that with the leg loops gathered behind the knees. Okay, so hold on to your leg loops. We're going to bend the right knee, roll onto the top of the left, and this is lounging in the air. Good transitions. And if your hands are feeling a little tired, shake them out whenever you need to. Come back. These are our anchors, so we always want to make sure we're holding on to our anchors. We stay hooked underneath the arms. Okay, so this is a roundabout, so lean back. Go ahead and roundabout to second side, bend the left knee, roll onto the top of the right. There you go. So now we're grounding our hips towards the earth. Square the hips down towards the earth. Roll onto the top of the thigh a little bit more so your hip can drop. Yeah, like that little shimmy, or we scooch. Beautiful, guys. And now we can still try pushing and pulling in the space. So see what it's like to straighten the left arm. This is called bow and arrow. And then go ahead and straighten the right arm. If you try to straighten them both at the same time, it's like our hummingbird, and it's really hard. So only do it if you're feeling zany. Come back and relax. Roundabout. Let's go ahead and bend right knee, shimmy onto the top of the left. Let's try that one more time. Straighten the left arm back behind you. So if I actually push away, I can flex my fingers back, and it's a great stretch through my hand. Is that amazing? Nice. So for me, I'm always gripping and working and climbing and blah, blah, blah. It feels really good. Okay, go ahead and straighten the right arm. We're actually pulling the hips away from one another, and that actually opens up the hip flexors and the quad a little bit more too. All right, so that was bow and arrow. Let's just stay here for a breath. Shake out your hands whenever you feel like you need. It's okay to take a little break. We're going to bend the left knee. Grab for the foot. This is the full dancing Shiva pose. If it's available to you, bring the foot into the elbow crease. If not, just hold on to the foot. So if you lean back, if your hips are pointing towards me, it's hard to grab for the foot. So let go of the foot for a second. Maybe go ahead and lean the hips towards the earth. Bend the foot so it comes up towards the leg loop, and then see if you can grab it. Yeah, there you go. Just get in the alignment first. Now, if this is bothering you, we can always spread the leg loop out. Everything spreads. Now, the full pose, so this is Dancing Shiva, do your little mudras. The full pose is grabbing for the toes and coming into Hanuman. I know, they seem so far away. You're like, shut up. But it's true. You can. Somebody. At least one person can. And that's usually it. Okay. So that was Hanuman. Go ahead and release. Woo! Woo! Before we go in the second side, chillax it out. ankles. Sway from side to side. Come into your swag. Just take a break. It's a big stretch. You guys are doing great. Just a few more minutes, and then we'll have a nice long Sivasana. All right, so come on back to neutral. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, reach forward for the leg loops. You can always slide up from the knees if you want to practice getting into that habit. We're going to inhale, lift the hips, slide onto the top of the right thigh. So just shimmy. Yes. Left knee stays bent. Now, if we want to come into the dancing Shiva, we bend the back knee, bend the right knee, grab for the foot. This might be enough, probably for half of your people. That'll be enough. Okay, now if anybody wants to go further, start to bend the elbow. You can slide it into the elbow crease. Do the little hand mudras for the dancing Shiva. Whatever hand mudra you want. Push your hips towards the earth. There you go. Nice. So if your thumb's pointing down, you're rolling the shoulder in. If your thumb's pointing up, yes, you just open up the shoulder too. Beautiful. That's it. Okay. For those that want to go on from here, the full pose for Hanuman is grabbing the toes. It's very far. If you want to do the easier version, straighten both legs and grab for the toes. Go ahead and try that one, Vince. Straighten both legs, release the back leg, and grab for the toes. There you go. Beautiful. Yeah. Hold on to the leg loop so you stabilize with your right hand. I was guessing. I'm so glad that you're right.
I got my hand.
Yes, and then press. Beautiful, guys. Awesome. Release. Release and relax. Okay, we're just going to do one more winged version of that so you know how to accommodate. We're being very blessed with Vince's superiority of knowing the poses, because when we get new people, we actually get to see, like, oh, those people can't do that. But it's all right. Since we're high-level players, we'll pretend like there's people complaining in the room. And here are the grunts and the moans and the, you know. So that's part of it too, because it's new and it is intense. It's a very powerful practice. But what we're going to do is we're going to spread out the leg loops. So everything spreads out. So go ahead and extend from the knee to the upper inner thigh so that you have your little wings. Hi. Okay. So, all right. Bumper cars are okay. You have to lift your hips a little bit, yeah, and make sure it's untangled. Isn't that nice?
Nice.
Everyone's like, why do we do it the other way? So above the knee. Yeah. Right. And then once we pull ourselves up, it's a little bit easier to balance too. You have like a little piece of tape here. I don't know what that is. All right, we'll just put it on the floor somewhere. We'll get that later. It's blessed. There we go. Awesome. So now it's a little bit easier on the hips, right? So not everybody can do the splits, but this is a little bit nicer for people to at least build up the flexibility to open up. And then we can get our hands in front. So in front of the leg loops, palms facing me, thumbs up. If you ever want to make sure your shoulders are open, thumbs up. Just try it. Roll your thumbs down and see how it closes the shoulders. Roll your thumbs up. You can feel how it opens the shoulders. Now lean forward. Skydiver. Ta-da! Just a little bit. I know. Just a little bit. Beautiful, guys. Now go ahead and bend the elbows. Bend the knees. Flying butterfly. Beautiful. Bank a little from side to side. Yep. So keep pushing your hips towards the earth. And yeah, like that. There it is, honey. Beautiful. Just that little bit. Get further. Nice, guys. Yeah, so to flutter, if you guys were wondering, I push my left foot down and bring my right foot up. And then I push my right foot down and bring my left foot up. And it's this amazing hip opener that I can't even describe. That's an extreme version. That'll do it though. So you know, I'm like, how are you getting your foot all the way over there? It's amazing. All right, feet together to come out of it. We pull our feet down towards the earth, sink the hips back. You can use your toes on the ground if you need. And then use your arms to catch yourself in Shavasana. There you go. Good. Keep the leg loops spread out if you can. We're going to go through our lounging sequence. So when I reach forward, instead of gripping the leg loops, I'm going to hold on to the far end, both sides. So if your leg loop is twisted, it's going to be a little tricky. So unfurl it. See how it's twisted there? Yeah, just untwist it. There you go. Great. So I grab for the far end, and then I'm going to bend my right knee and then just shimmy onto the top of the right. It's a little bit more challenging to shimmy, depending on your clothing. And now I can pull. Yeah, I can pull the leg loop away. You can push too. Pushing and pulling in the space. So it's just fun to see how you can kind of, so when I'm pulling, I'm actually stretching the leg loops. It's a little bit different. Both sides is better, Sam. So you hold on to both. So there's two sides to the leg loops. You hold on to both. And then you, and you can pull both. There you go. Beautiful. Okay, so let's round about, sink the hips back, bend the left knee, roll onto the top of the right, lounging. Lounging for all levels, so we call this. Okay, go ahead and pull right hand back, just one side, expand, good, then left hand, and then try, see if you can do both. Leg loops might gather. Beautiful, guys. Okay, come on down. Chillax it out. Go ahead and gather. Let the leg loops bunch up again. Sway it out. Whew. All right, does anybody want to do a couple flips? Some tricks before we end today? Okay, good.
I think I forgot.
I know. They're like, where? What? We do flips? Here's a couple flips. Okay. So I'll show you one of my latest little sequencing from here, and it's just like a half flip, but then we will do a kamikaze as well. So in my practice, I like to just hang out, but I also like to make sure that I'm practicing my core strength and my inversions. So what you can do is you can reach up for the top, the nub, I call it. So reach up as high as you can. It can be on the swing too. So what I've been doing, when I've been here, is doing some bicep curls and leg lifts at the same time so that you can get the core strength and the arm strength, and if you keep leaning back, you can flip up and over into pike. So this is how I teach people how to come up and over into a pike. But you first just bounce. So see if you can just pull your legs together and up. Lift together and up. Try it. Nice. Yep. Can I help you? It's okay. It's okay. So pull your legs together and then just up like that. Lean back. Lean back. Not with your butt, with your head. Keep your butt down. Keep your butt down. Yeah, just like that. Don't lift your butt. Just your legs, just your feet, not your butt. It's either your butt or your feet that go up, one or the other. You don't get both. Okay, so see my butt stays low, and I bring my feet up over my head, but if you lift your butt, you can't lift your legs. Okay? I want you to come into high diver. Just slide up into your manzi, and try it this way. So you might find in high diver, it's a little bit easier to lift. You may or may not, but just try it. Okay? Yeah. So go ahead, lift the legs. Yep, that's it. Yeah, just keep doing that until it feels like it's easy enough to roll over into a pike. You get all kinds of tangled people in the back there. Beautiful. Doesn't that feel amazing? Because you have support. That's good. You have support in all directions to start to spin and spiral over that central axis, which are your hips. So your hips are leading the way, okay? And I'm gonna help our little friend here to feel what it's like, okay? So keep your hips heavy, just keep leaning back. Yep. Keep leaning back. Oh. So instead of bringing swinging your feet towards the sky. I want you to keep leaning back and bring your feet over your head. Slide your hands down a little bit more to about here. There you go. Okay, good. So go ahead and keep leaning back. Keep lifting your legs up. And so don't push towards the sky. Push over, back overhead. Yes, like that. And then back again. Oh, really good. So you were pushing against me towards the sky, and it's a spiral and a spin over. Try it one more time.
But you just hold it there.
No. We just moved our hands down.
Move down.
There you go. Okay, straight legs. There you go. Right there. That's a pike. Okay? Good. Really good. Isn't that nice to do with training wheels?
Yeah.
Go ahead and just relax. That was great. Yes. So we have to, so there's like a central axis, and we're like rolling our body up over it, which most people are used to moving in linear space. And so finding that wheel, just like a choo-choo train, is what we're learning with the leg loops. Good, yeah. And then you can flip back over if you get stuck. Maybe. Yes, you got it. Very good, hun. Okay, so that was playtime number 1. And you can just relax and try the same thing, just kicking up, okay? And for those that want to go a little bit further, you have to keep holding on. Everyone promise to keep holding on. Okay? So from here, you can kick up and over and balance in a handstand. Okay? Come on back down if you're ready. Just try it straight up and down. Make sure you hold on. So try the pike. Really nice bend. Pull straight up and down. So Selena, come back down, honey. Your hands are in the wrong position. Can you hold to the top of the nub? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wasn't that fun?
Yeah. Is your swing supporting at all?
Nope.
No.
You know, it's hard if you started swinging.
That's why I say don't let go, because you're no longer in the swing. Really good, guys. Beautiful.
And then it slides back down. I see.
Yeah. Doesn't go anywhere. Straight up and down. We're focusing on our balance and our strength. Yep, some people do flip out. We do want to come back over the same direction. It's no big deal if we come over. Beautiful. Okay, a couple more playtime thingies. So, if we're here and we ever want to come out of the swing, there's a couple different ways. We can take one leg loop off at a time. But what I've been teaching my clients is to come through a bow, lift their knees up towards the sky, bring their feet out, and then come back down to the ground. So see if you can wind up in a sumo squat. Just play with it. So hold on to the swing. Swing. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Lean back like you're coming into a bow. Good. And now you're going to pull your knees up. So let the swing slide into your waist, hun. Keep pushing your hips up towards the sky. So just listen. Hips up towards the sky. Lean back. Yeah. Let the swing slide into the waist, which means you bring weight into the upper body. Yeah. Or you shouldn't. Cool. And then from there, yeah, knees come up towards the sky, and then you just let your feet kind of slide out. And then you can land in a sumo squat. Yeah. Nice and gentle.
Can you get into it that way? No, probably not. You can't see.
I mean, you can, but you have to get real lucky. You must have played the lottery. If you can do that with one fell swoop.
Yeah, because you can't see it, right?
I can do it. I'm playing the lottery now. You can get into it that way. It is a little tricky. So that's like a nice fun way to come in and out of the swing. Just kick the leg loops on and off. Okay, who wants to try kamikaze? Yeah. We're going for sushi.
No,
We've done it.
Well, yeah, but
For flying squirrel.
Where we keep spinning
All right.
like 10 times.
Yeah. All right, so everybody notice the accoutrements, like that last bottle. Why don't you go ahead and slide that back just in case. Just notice, everybody look around you. We always want to make sure we have a nice 3-foot radius. Now we're coming through our floating Buddha, but we're gathering the leg loops bunched up at the arch of the foot. So stay seated, come on, stay seated. Everybody come through your sumo squat. Take that one off. Take that one off, stay seated. Let's learn how to teach this, right? So sumo squat is with your toes to the front of the mat. Come on back. All the way. Toes pointing me. There you go. Front of the mat. I want them touching the front of the mat. Just learn. Yes, good. So we learn the geometry of the poses. Really good. We stay seated the whole time. Most people are going to stand up and try to jump around to get the leg loops on. I'm going to make sure we keep our anchor nice and safe. Go ahead and grab one leg loop with both hands. Bunch it up. Yeah. Now pull your knee out to the side. Use your core to get the leg loop onto the arch of the foot. There you go. Nice and easy. That's our style. Keep it all bunched up. Now second side. Grab for the leg loop. Both hands. Now use your core to float. Yeah, they're a little high. He's like, now I'll bring them down. All right. Arches of the feet are different than on the ankles. And it'll make sense why we have them on the arches of the feet. Now we're going to come through, and not everybody's going to do kamikaze today. Like it sounds like, it's pretty crazy. But we're going to try it. We're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together and open up. This is swing bada. Now, if you want to just hang out here, if you're like, nah, I'm good, just go ahead and clasp the hands behind the head, create the double diamond with the legs, diamond with the arms, and hang out here. If anybody wants to come back into flying monkey, you're going to open the arms wide, reach forward for the knees, slide your hands all the way up the leg loops, keep the feet together, push your hips towards the sky, lean back, flying monkey. So good. Inhale, bicep curl. Come to sit on your feet. When you sit on your feet, scoot your hands up to the nub. That place where the webbing meets the leg loops. Keep your feet together. Reach your hands up high. Slide up. Yes. Come to sit on your feet. Good. Now can you grab for the nubs? That little spot where the webbing meets the leg loop. It's nice to hold on there. That's why I choose to do that. Okay. Now, first part is practicing our bicep curl and our wide straddle splits. So see if you can do that. After you do that, come back to sitting on your feet. Just try it once. Okay, now watch me, because we're going to have Jen Healy demo, and then you guys can try it after that. Okay, bicep curl, wide straddle splits, lean forward, flip, legs through center. Okay? Kamikaze. We are trained by our brains not to do face plants. So the lean forward is a little scary. So I'm going to come around and assist you guys. If you like, if anybody wants to do it on their own, we'll do it again. Ready? Hold on to the nub. Bicep curl, very important. Keep your bicep curl. Open up, wide straddle splits. Lean forward. Squeeze the legs together and come on around. Yes. Bicep curl. You have to have your bicep curl to do it, honey. Bicep curl. Well, bring your feet back together. Bicep curl. Keep your bicep curl. Yes. Open up the legs. Yeah. You got it. Now lean forward towards me. Lean forward. You got it. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the legs together. Go ahead.
Yay.
You did it! A little assistance, but you did it. So that hike, you want to do it again. Okay, come this way. It's like, well, she's going for it. Slide into chillaxing. So the last pose we just did before kamikaze, where we learned how to pike. Do you guys remember that one? Mm-hmm. So I was teaching you guys how to do this. So you have to do that and learn how to pike in order to do kamikaze. So there's always some sort of method to my madness. Really nice.
Some sort of madness.
That's right. Maddening. Beautiful. Does that feel amazing?
I know.
It feels so good once you get it. It's like free energy.
Can you go both ways?
You can go both ways, like anything.
Of course.
It is very
I
challenging.
was wondering, yeah.
Yeah, I have done it the other way. Let's see.
It's forward. It's harder, huh?
Ah!
Wow. Nice.
It is. It's like, I can't explain it, but you have to do something in the core of your being to be like, ah! And then up and over.
So when you do a backwards pike, I mean, maybe before it certainly seems like it's harder the further out the leg loops are on your feet. So when they're way out on your, the further out they are on your legs.
Right. That part is not the hard part. I can't.
Momentum.
Yes, momentum is the key. to get up and over like a still point, you have to somewhere. And you can't pull with your arms because you actually have to lean back, right? So we pull with our arms to go forward over, like to lawnmower, kind of you have to do that. So you have to somehow get the momentum. And usually you can jump it when you're doing like trapeze and things like that. Like you were jumping off the ground a couple times to get the, which you can do. But in that position, if you're going to be static, you have to get the from somewhere, which is usually
straight stillness point.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have to kind of get this inner pull. So you can do it. It's not as fun as going forward. Really nice, guys. Do you want to try it? You have to hold on to the leg loops, not the swing. The umph and the nubs really help.
I forgot.
So you bring the legs wide, and then you're going to go forward. Nice. And now go back. So just reverse it and go back. Yeah. 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 You can do that too. There's one up in High Diver. That's why it's a play shot. Back. I know. Yeah, that spot. It's like,
Yeah, it's harder.
But it doesn't work holding onto the handles?
of course it does. We learned that on day 3.
Alright.
How to do all that. Good. Yeah. So we can all come out, take a little break, shake it out. You guys did so good.
Yeah.
Have a little sip of water. We're going to come into our Shavasana sequence. So we're going to stay seated when you come out, honey. So go ahead and sit straight down.
Can we do that one?
And then go ahead and pull that leg out. Yeah.
Grab me on one side. And just...
The Jedi kick.
Is that what they, yeah, Jedi.
That one's called the sit and spin.
I thought it was Jedi.
Was that called the sit and spin? Was it always called the sit and spin?
He's talking about this one. I'll show you real quick. Bring the leg up. Come out.
Oh, that.
Wow.
Okay, so just from standing splits.
Yeah.
You
But
just
then there's a
lift-
whole sequence. Yeah.
whole sequence, but you just lift the standing leg and go.
Well, you come through hammock, and so I'll do it nice and slow since so there's a video there, not like I'm sorry. It's okay. So you come through standing splits. You open up into the twist. So you have to come here into hammock.
Oh, okay.
Then bicep curl. Spin.
You showed me that one when we had
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that
really
was-
fun one, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, feel free to have like a 3-minute playtime sequence of your own if there's anything that you wanted to try. It is really fun. We'll do that tomorrow, and we have to learn it first. So remember when we stopped today for number 2 after we did, so remember bicep curl. Just hammock. Yeah, like that. So see how you straightened your arms so your feet hit the
I
ground?
know, I was like,
I
I didn't
know.
want to hit the mirror.
Check yourself out. There's all kinds of
Because
things.
I was swinging this way
Yes.
instead of like staying straight.
So that one has
Safety
one.
first.
So after we learn the extension of number 2 is the, okay,
The end of Shavasana.
perfect, okay. So the extension of number 2 is standing splits, and then from the standing split sequence, we go into the Black Swan series, so just always be aware of the camera, okay? So the less editing I have to do, the better. Not a big deal, but otherwise you'll be like, hi, Mom. So let's all come back. Just take another moment if you need it. Let's all come back to prepare for a long Shavasana. You guys did such a great job, and that was really fun. We got through a lot. Thank you, Vince, for letting us practice on you and with you.
Awesome.
I'm going to lose the lights, just drop the energy down. So we're not just going to dive into Shavasana, we're actually going to do a whole leg stretching sequence from here, which is going to feel really good. But I'm going to show you the different variations that we can do in the swing. Just take another moment to grab a little bit more water or whatever you need, but this is the end of our practice. You get to dive in and have a nice, sweet long relaxation. So the swing spreads out. We use the leg loops spread out. Now we're going to use the swing spread out. So we want to grab the front lip. You want to get a handful. It's really important to get a handful because once we sit down, we actually stretch it out to the knees. It's really important to get enough material to get it to the knees. Otherwise, we won't be able to lean back and have the support that we need. So if you haven't been in the cocoon yet, this is the extra super special sweet sauce that everybody loves. Now, so you have to get into your, a little bit more material. So actually bunch it up before you sit down.
Oh.
Yeah, you're doing fine, but if you actually do it from standing, and get like a handful, it just makes life a lot easier. So just giving you extra details that first day. And we want to get into just the front edge, hun. Just the front edge. Let me help you. So get a handful. Yeah, and then go ahead and stretch it down and come on in. Yeah. Once you sit down, you can spread it out. There you go. Nice and easy. So we're on the inside of our taco, right? Yeah. Perfect. Now we keep our head in. If you get the back of the swing only around the neck, it can kink the cervical spine. So we want to make sure that we go ahead and have enough material to cover the top of the head. Now, most people, get your whole head in there, honey. Your hair can hang out, but the head has to be in there. Now, most people are going to be too long that they could expand it with their legs in completely. So we just keep the knees bent. Okay, so we keep the knees bent. We're going to go ahead and kick up like we're going into deep burrito. So our feet are facing the sky and we're in a V shape with the legs. So this is a nice pose to finish. You can have the arms match where you are draping your elbows up towards the sky and fingertips towards the ground. So shoulders feel open. Yeah, I know. This is the cocoon. We go back into the womb and we're all set. So it's really nice to end the workshops with a nice, long, rejuvenating relaxation time. The cocoon is really wonderful. Breathe out any tension. Any last bits of stagnation in the legs will just drain out and drop the hips. Let the spine slightly round to take on the shape of the swing. Do any last little adjustments that the body needs before it can really just drop in and feel supported. The gentle swaying motion of the swing will calm and soothe the nervous system. This natural wrapping warmth that the swing offers is very comforting for the brain chemistry, for the immune system. The whole body just starts to recalibrate and come back into balance. We, as infants, often are rocked in order to be soothed and comforted, and as adults, we never have that, quite that same sensation again. So, as long as you don't feel woozy with the gentle rocking motion, enjoy that sensation of being held and soothed by the swing. Nice big depth breaths into the belly. Start to soften. Very good. Now if you want, just gently bend the knees. Let the back of the knees soften. So the feet are still up towards the sky, but the knees are now taking on a more relaxed position. 5 deep breaths here if you can. Inhaling new life force energy, exhaling and releasing all that is no longer serving. Stay here for one more long, luxurious minute. next big exhalation, you're just going to start to drop the knees a little bit wider towards your armpits and slide your hands up to hold on to the outer edges of the feet. And you find yourself in a very comfortable happy baby. This is why it's really nice to have your head in the swing already, so you don't feel like you're going to tumble out the back end. And again, in this particular variation, you just let your back round and take on the shape of the swing. But keep pulling the feet down and towards your head. Wide knees nestled into the armpits. And then maybe there's some play here. You want to do straightening one leg and then the other, just alternating. Whatever feels good. A nice, easy way to end your practice. I like rolling the ankles around, stretching out the toes, massaging the bottoms of the feet. Just take 5 more deep breaths to find the variations that meet your body's needs perfectly. And then we're going to bend the knees, wrap your arms around the shins. Give yourself a big hug. Thank your body. Thank your being. Thank your breath for all showing up and being willing to participate and play in this new way. Harness all of that goodness in the center of your belly. Feel it revitalizing, rejuvenating, and renewing all of the cells. Now you can stay all curled up, nice and rounded in your reclined child. So I want you to find your favorite position. Maybe you go back to Viparita. You can also bring your legs into Baddha and create butterfly wings with the knees pressing against the sides of the swing and the feet together. And for anybody who feels like they want to stretch out, you can actually take the leg loops and put them on the heels and extend them and stretch them out to cover the full length of the calves, and then come into your final Shavasana with long legs, with extended legs. Now just see what your body naturally calls for and wants for today, and just notice that there are lots of different ways and variations to get comfortable into Shavasana. But once you get settled and sorted, go ahead and release the breath. Let the body be fully taken care of by the pulsation of the universe, and let the breath breathe you. Let the source energy that pulses through all things feed and fuel you with life force energy. Relax back into the center of your belonging. And feel yourself being pulled home to the center of your womb, enjoying the comfort of your cocoon. We'll have 10 long, luxurious minutes of silence. Find your own inner stillness. Allow yourself to be fully transformed in the rebirthing process. See if you can deepen on any level. Allow yourself to just swim in that sea of consciousness that you come from a little bit longer before we bring our awareness back into the breath in the room. Just drift into that floating, flying sensation. As we start to deepen the breath, and start to exhale with a hum or a ha or a sigh or whatever feels good. We're gently just going to rock from side to side by pushing one foot down and then the other foot down. Assuming you're using the leg loops. Not just rock your hips from side to side wherever you are. Start to fill the belly with breath. Keep your eyes closed and lips sealed. And just allow there to be a gentle rocking swaying motion to awaken the limbs. Maybe you can start to extend your arms up over your head and roll your wrists around and let your fingertips explore in the space. Maybe roll your ankles around and let your toes explore in the space. Just start to stretch through the rib cage, through the intercostals, through the kidneys, cleansing breaths to enjoy the sway and the swagger as we roll our head from side to side and add a little bit more of a twist. Rocking and swaying in the space. And come to center. Reach your fingertips away from your toes. Maybe push your hips up gently towards the sky. And then what we're going to do is we're going to blossom. So we're going to open up our arms wide and let the swing gather underneath the armpits. Hold on to the sides of the swing and just let your head kind of lean out the back towards the floor. Just a gentle opening of the neck. Keep holding on so you don't slide out. And then we're going to do a sit up, inhale, come back up. Let yourself come back into the swing. Let it support your head. Go ahead and bend the right knee and pull it up towards the sky. Release your leg loop. Hold on to that right foot and scissor the legs away from one another. Just gently stretch the back of the hamstring. Maybe pull the knee in towards the armpit again and come into a very gentle pigeon. And then extend the right knee out in front of you. Go ahead and lift the left leg. Gently release that leg loop. Hold on to the left foot. Go ahead and scissor the legs away from one another. Really nice. Massage out the bottom of the foot. Maybe pull the knee towards the armpit and come into a really gentle pigeon. And then you're going to release the left foot. Extend both legs out in front of you. Gently fishtail from side to side one more time. Stretch your fingertips away from your toes. And then you're just going to gently bend the knees and let your elbows bend, fingertips and toes dangle towards the floor. And we're just going to prepare our landing gear. Just hit snooze. Not quite ready yet to fully sit up. Just take a moment to relax back again. Another nice deep cleansing breath, releasing with a sound or a sigh. Then we inhale, we reach our arms up towards the sky, hold on to the sides of the swing, keep your eyes closed but receptive to the light, and come to a comfortable seated position. Maybe your feet touch down, maybe they don't, but prepare to reground and anchor into the earth and have your hands slowly and gently rest onto your lap. Let's take a moment to scan the body and have inventory for the shifts and changes that we've gained within the practice. Notice how different you feel from the moment you came in today. And we're going to harness these energies into the center of the heart matrix. So bring your hands to prayer. Set the intention for these qualities and aspects to be infused and inform every cell of our being, to awaken the dormant strands of DNA and activate the codes of consciousness that will best serve all of the beings we come in contact with in the highest and best ways. And just let that energy circulate and spread out, washing down the back and inhaling up the front, initiating the microcosmic orbit and sealing it into the auric field and toroidal force fields. And then we're going to inhale, open the eyes, let the arms praise the sky, hold on to the sides of the swing, and let yourself land, reground, come to stand. Keep your arms wrapped around so the hands can come into prayer one more time. Let's take a moment to honor the space, to honor each other, to honor this opportunity and the teachings, honor the heavens and the earth and everything that is able to merge and marry and converge within our heart center, being a clear conduit and channel for these energies to pulse through us. And then we're going to feel free to just bow in and release as you're ready. Come down and find a child's pose on the floor. If child's pose doesn't feel great on your knees, go ahead and come into a comfortable seated position. But allow yourself to release to the floor. Find comfort with the pull of gravity drawing you back into the center of the earth. Feel like you are coming home and belonging on this plane in a whole new way. Just as it feels like coming home to the swing. We enjoy the sensation of contrast, the floating and flying and the upliftment, as well as gravity, finding the weight, the weightedness in the body again. 5 deep breaths here. Ending in your own time, in your own way, that feels absolutely perfect for you today.